Hello, everyone, and welcome. We'll begin started in just a few moments with our brand new Quantum Healing Quick Start. Take a moment to breathe and relax. Hello and welcome. Hello, everyone, and welcome to 2021. Welcome to our Quantum Healing Quick Start Challenge. I'm super excited to bring to you for the next 5 days a little bit of clarity and intention setting and quantum healing and transmissions and nutrition and body movement, all of the things that we need, our experiences to have the most enjoyable, blissful, and successful year yet. I know that for so many of us, that 2020 was a challenging year, but I challenge you to look at the challenges and the blessings that were wrapped within them. Not only were there challenges, but there were so many people that I spoke to that had incredible experiences, that had breakthroughs, that had deep transformation, that had some of the most amazing years of their lives. And I believe that vibrationally and experientially, we are in a state of understanding that it was the breakdown before the breakthrough, that we're in an experience of learning to move through a new world, a new order, a new experience, a new earth in a new way. And those of us that are being called to heal ourselves on a deeper level, on our soul level, on a core level, in our bodies, in our minds, have come to recognize that that type of healing does not come from somewhere around us or that it comes from someone else, but is within us, so that we are the source of that. And when we learn to embody that source, we can create anything. We are the co-creators of our universe, and we may create things that don't always look on the surface to be what we wanted in the beginning, but could possibly be the most incredible experience that we've ever had. For example, let me tell you what has just recently happened to me and how this experience of what I created in the world turned out to be a beautiful blessing. So I have recently had some challenges with a neighbor of mine where my neighbor has attacked me and has had to go to court. She got a felony for attacking me. And there were some other situations. And and she recently called the cops on me for having sex in my own house. And the cops came and they were like, well, what's going on? I'm like, I'm sorry, nothing. And so that was last week. I was literally home for less than 24 hours. I had not been in my home in California for quite a while. I had been in Ohio for a month and had gone to Austin to see my family. And I'd flown into my home for less than 24 hours to pick up gear to go to Colorado to go ice climbing and snowboarding. And this experience happened within that 24-hour time frame. So I left and I went to Colorado and I rent my house out on Airbnb when I'm gone. And you know, I've been renting it out on Airbnb for a couple of years and have never had a challenge or any kind of really any issues or anything. And yesterday I was flying back from Montrose, Colorado, And I get on a layover in Dallas, Texas, get on the plane from Dallas to go from Dallas to Orange County, California. And halfway through the flight, there's a medical emergency on the plane. Someone in first class has a heart attack, and they turn the plane around and they go back to Dallas. By the time we get back to Dallas, they tell us we all have to get off of the plane because now the plane can't fly because there's an issue also with the plane. And I'm gifted a hotel room for the evening so that I can stay in Dallas overnight in this, lovely hotel room and get on a plane this morning to come back to Orange County. So I land at 10 a.m. in Orange County, and I have a noon appointment in Riverside that I have to get to. So I get the Uber, get all my stuff. I get to my house at 11 a.m. and I have an hour to get to Riverside, and it's about a 40-some minute drive. I walk into my house and my house is destroyed. It had a party over the weekend, and I literally walked in and my house is in shambles. It's hundreds and hundreds of beer bottles. There's the whole floor is a disaster, everything. The house is an absolute mess. And I just start laughing. I'm like laughing. I look at the place. I call my house cleaner. I'm like, you're going to have to come today. I'm like, there's been a big issue. And I take a couple of pictures, but I have to leave right away. I'm like, I got to go to this appointment. I'll come back later. And I message Airbnb and I have to start a claim and all these different things. The beauty in all of this is, one, if I had shown up at my house last night at 10 p.m. when I was originally supposed to arrive home, I would have walked into a place that I would have had to have ended up getting a hotel room even last night. But the universe provided for me before I even knew what was happening, kept me somewhere else so that I wouldn't have to walk into my home late at night and see this and have to deal with it at night. Instead, I got to deal with it in the light of the day and got to see this beautiful experience. On top of that, what I think is the other blessing in disguise is I am sure that my neighbor did not have a good weekend. I can guarantee that if there was a huge party at my house over the weekend with tons of people, that she probably called the cops on them too, and that she probably didn't get much sleep. So in my world, I actually came back, took a bunch of pictures this afternoon before our call today. I'm over at a friend's house, actually borrowing their background so that I can teach this today. But the universe provided for me in a way that I would have never experienced because I got a couple of blessings out of it. First off, I'm going to get all the money back for everything that was damaged and the stuff that happened. I'm going to, Airbnb is going to take care of that. I got to stay in a hotel room, which was beautiful. I didn't have to come home to my house last night. And my neighbor got a piece of what she deserved. So in my mind, I think it's the best, biggest blessing. So sometimes blessings can show up in the craziest packages, right? And that's what I want to say and share with you all today. So welcome everyone to our Quantum Healing Quick Start. And I hope that you have blessings just like I do, and that you can start to look at the world and see the things that happen as a blessing instead of as a challenge, as so many times we can have that experience. And so over the next 5 days during this Quick Start Challenge, this Quantum Healing Challenge, I'm going to be asking you to dive deep into yourself, to look at areas of your life, to work on understanding healing, what that looks like. And today, on day one, we're going to talk about intention and clarity. So these are going to be mini short sessions, somewhere from 30 to 40 minutes, because since I'm doing them every day, I'm not going to keep you all inundated for a really long time because I'm going to give you some work to do. And then I'm going to ask you to come back and, we can share and we can talk about these things together. So today on day one, when we talk about intention and clarity, what does that really mean? Well, we must bring about a combination of intense desire and concentration, right? To create what we want. Deepak says, intention lays the groundwork for the effortless, spontaneous, frictionless flow of pure potentiality, seeking expression from the unmanifest to the manifest. What we observe is determined by how we set it up. So what I observed in my life, it was set up by being set up by how I'm setting it up. Consciousness influences what information comes out of that space. And our method of observation pre-selects what options become available to us. And so we want to create a bias for you that determines your new reality. And so the question you ask, that question that you ask will display different answers. And so you have to learn how to ask the right questions, right? So what we want to do is when we're looking for intention is understanding what is the question that your life is answering for you right now. Think about it. What is the question that your life is answering for you right now? If your life is the answer, what is the question? Mine would currently be, how can I have more blessings from what looks like challenges? That is the answer that my life is showing. And the question is, how can I have more blessings from what looks like challenges? So when you look at your life right now, maybe you have financial challenges, maybe you have health challenges, maybe you have an experience that's going on. What is the question that your life is answering? Because if we can change the question, you'll get a different answer. So when we create that, we want to say what is intention, right? What is intention and where do we want to go with that? So I want to look at a couple of the different categories that we're going to be speaking about and thinking about when we think of like mind body cleanse, mind body soul cleanse, detox challenge, right? Like how do we start 2021 in a new way? So first question that I want to ask you, and I want you to put this in the chat if you would. If you're watching on YouTube or somewhere else, you can put it in the comments. If you're here, put it in the chat for me. What would have to happen in 2021 by December 31st, 2021, for you to say that this year was a success for you? What does that look like for you? Think about it for a second. Because what you bring, when you bring something into the physical world, right, it requires focusing not on what you see, but what we want to see. So what does success, right, success look like to you? Is it healing something in your body? Is it financial security? Is it love relationships? And when I work together, when we work in quantum healing, when we work in quantum health and quantum miracles, we're looking at 7 different categories. But for you, what is that? What does success look like for you in 2021? By the end of 2021, if you knew successfully opening, it's successfully opening a nonprofit, all right? Fully knowledgeable of my purpose and gifts and being employed. Beautiful. And for the first person that's successfully opening a nonprofit, what does that look like? Because you could open a nonprofit, you can literally put in the paperwork, open a nonprofit, and is that, anything else that goes with that? Becoming a multimillionaire. All right. Start living my purpose as a healer and to leave behind the career of a nurse to actually help people. Beautiful. Beautiful. Teaching energy work to young adult clients, building a financially successful and fulfilling coaching business. Employed and happy with that. Yes. Clearing debt and having my therapy business take off online to serve my clients. Beautiful. So I love these. These are the starts of really great intentions, right? To have consistent revenue stream each month for my healing practice and to have had fulfilling, fun vacations with my children. Ooh, I love that. Fun, right? Fun, playfulness. Now I want you to, each of you that are, as you're writing these in, and you're writing this, financial security by new profession of writing children's books. Love it. Be in a loving, stable, fun relationship. Awesome. Whatever you wrote down in that chat, wherever you're at, what is the feeling that goes along with that for you? Right? And so what is the feeling, Eric, to be able to work for yourself? Beautiful. And do you want that work to be financially successful or, financially peace of mind? So Elena, peace, freedom, joy, relief, empowered. Beautiful. Lots of joy. Okay, I've got lots of joy coming in. Beautiful. So peace and purpose. Beautiful. Great. So when we are in a space of understanding about intention, right? Our intention creation, the number one thing that we want to focus on in that is not the actual end goal, right? The end, which, so I said, what did you want to be by the, what, if you were that by the end of 2021, would you feel like it was a success? because we have intentions. And if the only way that we see ourselves fulfilling freedom, empowerment, happiness, peace of mind, joy, relief, right, fulfillment, financial success, if the only way that you create that feeling by the end of the year, or that experience, is by that one that one thing that you just wrote down, then will you have blocked yourself from the enjoyment of feeling successful, right? Maybe I had a desire to be a multimillionaire, really, just like somebody wrote there, by the end of 2021. What is that actually what if I want to be a multimillionaire? What is that actually trying to give me? So that gives me freedom, right? That gives me joy. That gives me ability to serve more. So what am I actually going after? Am I actually going after millions of dollars? Or am I going after a feeling that I think I'm going to get when I have those millions of dollars? It's like which came first, the chicken or the egg, right? The chicken or the egg. We want to go, and who knows? We don't know which one. But the thing is that I do know that if you dive down really deep, when we get into this intention and get real true clarity around it and understand the feeling that comes with it, and you start to create that feeling every day on a daily basis, what you're going to end up with, whether it is the exact experience that you expected or not, if you have that feeling, you will get it and create exactly what you want. Does that make sense? So it's not always about what we think are the intentions or the things that we wanted, right? So it's 2021. And if you had told me in 2010 that I would be teaching quantum healing and speaking and doing these webinars and doing the events and things that I do in 2010, I would have never believed it, because I didn't have enough of a vision to open up to see those things for myself. But if I focused on what do I want to feel like, right, then I can feel, I wanted security. For me, how many of you want a feeling of being secure? Like, security is a big one, right? Security, joy, financial stability, right? For me, it was about financial stability. In 2009, I lost my home and my partner and everything all at the same time. And I ended up homeless, and I would sleep in my car, and I'd sleep at my friend's house on their couches, and I had somebody gift me their place because they were out of town in Miami Beach for like a month. Different things like that. Even back then, even when I was homeless, I had blessings that abounded for that experience. But because of that experience, I built a business starting in 2010. And the first 6 years of that business were built on not joy and freedom and anything like that. It was built on fear of never being homeless again. And so what did that bring me? Well, by 2016, it brought me to a point where, although I had an international business by then, I had lost hundreds of thousands of dollars in a launch that year. I was walking away from everything. I had to fire my whole team. I was working 70 hours a week. This was all at the end of 2015, going into 2016. So I had built this huge business, and I had done all these things, but I had built them for the wrong reasons. And by doing that, I built them out of a place of fear. So yes, can you get to where you want to go by being in a space of fear or rejection or scarcity or things like that, and still build something or still create? Yes. But is it going to give you what you actually want? Not necessarily. And so I was in a space in the end of 2015, early 2016, where I was starting to get sick again, where I was having hormonal issues and body issues, and my skin was breaking out. And I left my wife at the time. My relationship ended. All of these things were like falling apart, because I wasn't living in a quantum world where I was living in the feeling of abundance and openness and gratitude and joy. Although I had all these clients that I was teaching about health and wellness and building businesses and all these things, because I had been super successful in 6 years, but I'd been so successful in a way that wasn't sustainable. And that's what you see a lot of times and a lot of days right now on like social media. You'll see people saying, well, I made all this money in my business, or I did this, or I did that. And then I always want to go back in and say, okay, so you had a 6-figure launch, but did you spend 6 figures to have it? Or you had or you created this, but did you do it in this way? Are you living in a space of joy and abundance? Okay. So now I want you to think about this again. Let's go back to intention, right? Let's go back to the intention again and really create this in a way that allows you to understand where you're going. So when you do that, you'll really understand where to start from, okay? So when you're creating an intention, you want it to be one in the present tense, and you want it to be positive, and you want it to be as if it's already happened. So when we look back over at these, let's see what some of the people said again. To have a consistent, I love, so Olga said, I am employed and happy with that. Yes. Yes. Clearing debt and having my therapy business take off online to serve my clients. So I want you to write these in a state of exuberance and gratitude. So where you say, I am grateful for, I already have, or I'm experiencing, right? Like looking at this and saying, this is what I want. And be clear about the category of this first one for yourself. Like what's most important for you in this? Is it more important for you to have that feeling at the end of the year, or is it more important for you to have that specific goal? What if the universe has something in plan for you that will give you even more than you could have imagined, but your finite view of what you think is possible is holding you into a space where you cannot enjoy the quantum reality? Quantum miracles are such an incredible experience. And so what we want to do is you have to feel and act as if right before it does. So it's the coupling of the imagination, the idea that something could be, with that emotion that gives it life to a possibility, that it becomes a reality. And so this manifestation or this healing, right, begins with the willingness to make room in our beliefs for something that supposedly doesn't exist. So I've had clients that have had, instantaneous physical healings, or have, brought in, 10K overnight out of like what seems like thin air, right? And it's because they've become into an alignment with that intention and the space that they're in. So what I want you to do is to rethink about that and really dig deep into the idea and the possibilities of what is possible for you. Okay. So for your first step is your intention. What is your intention for 2021? How many of you picked a word for 2021? How many of you have a word? Let's see what we got going on over here. I am experiencing the joy of being a healer and helping people on a deep, lasting level. Yes, Michelle. Beautiful. Ooh, sovereignty. Beautiful word, sovereignty. I am so happy and grateful that I'm serving my clients and have abundance in all aspects of my life. Yes, that's it. Yes. See, feel the energy of that, right? How much different does that feel? So my word for 2021 is miracles. And my word for last year was alchemy. I've had words in the past: abundance, adventure. My year that I had the word adventure, I ended up in New Zealand, ice climbing and glacier hiking. And, so I've got all these incredible experiences, but I think your word really creates something for you. So the creation around that and understanding. So what I am doing and what I want everybody else to do is we're going to be doing this 5-day January quick start challenge. But it's just a quick start, right? It's only 5 days. What I believe is possible, this is the first Monday of January, and what I believe and know is possible is that if you spend 28 days in the vibrational frequency of your intention and your word for 2021, and create this in a way that it will completely shift everything in your life. And so number one, before we start anything else, is intention. But there's some other things that I want you to think about along this journey to creating this intention that are going to be really powerful for you to understand how to really create 2021 and make it happen for you. So one is the intention, but what else do you need to make this happen, right? Well, first off, make a commitment to go for 28 days. Are you all willing to commit to 28 days of intentional conscious creation in your life? You can just do a little hand raise, put your little hands up. Let me see. You can put them up on your comments. Yay, I see a few. You can use your little reactions if you don't have your video on. Yeah, so thumbs up, thumbs up. Yep, there we go. Awesome. I see them. All right. Yes, good. Okay. So because in 28 days, what is going to happen is it will completely shift your vibrational energy and you'll come into alignment. And this is so incredibly powerful. Because when you are in alignment, everything flows into you and you become the emanation and the source of all, right? You become the source of your healing. You become the source of other people's healings. You become the creative source of who you are. But there's a couple of things that could be blocking or getting in the way of you being able to have that. So a couple of things are when we talk about like mind body, right? Mind body cleanse. One is your nutrition. I know that we're in the quantum world, but it's still, we are in our bodies, right? What are you doing? So I'm challenging everyone to 28 days of if you are, when there's nothing, like, to be clear, I believe all drugs should be legalized, whatever, like to each their own, not about that, but 28 days of clearing the channel so that your body can, so that you can live into your body. So 28 days of sobriety, whatever that looks like for you. But this is sobriety in several different ways. Sobriety from complaining, sobriety from bitching, sobriety from, from alcohol, sobriety from drugs, whatever those things, whatever your vice or addiction is, it's different for everybody, right? Maybe yours is, I need to drink less, or I need to do, or I need to not do, drugs for the month, or I need to stop bitching and whining every day, or I need to, or maybe you're an exercise addict and I need to stop doing that, or your food, whatever that thing is, right? That is that commitment to 28 days of clearing the channel mentally, emotionally, and physically. So emotionally, maybe you need sobriety from shitty friends, right? Maybe you have people in your life that you need to say goodbye to for 28 days because they're not serving you. Does not mean you do not love them, but how many of you, I had to do this with one of my sisters just recently. I went to Austin to visit my family for the holidays and had to say bye to one of my sisters. I told her I was done and we couldn't have a conversation anymore. Sobriety. That's for me because I am an enabler. I am an empath. I'm an overgiver, like all of those things, especially when it comes to my family. And I finally had to be like, I'm sorry, but I can't accept this anymore. And that's okay. And you need to go get help because after 20 some years, I'm not the person, right? So what does that look like for you? So what are you going to give up for 28 days? Negative thoughts. There you go, right? So think about that. That is one of the things. So one of the things is sobriety. And if it's about physical, if you need physical nutrition, right? High nutrition. So I do a 30-day cleanse 4 times a year. So, I do that kind of thing. If you want to know more about what I do for my cleansing, I have an amazing superfood nutritional system that I absolutely love. If you're looking to get your body into alignment physically and you want to have something like that, what I'm going to do is here in a little bit, I'm actually going to I'm going to put a link in the chat for a clarity call. And if you're interested in anything about talking about how to nutritionally cleanse your body, about quantum healing and how to do that for the next 30 days, ready that, let's jump on the phone for like 10 or 15 minutes so I can give you some advice. It is my gift for you to help you through some of these different things. So cleansing, sobriety. Number 2, yes, gratitude. But even more than gratitude, what I love is even deeper than gratitude is appreciation. Feel the difference in that feeling, right? Gratitude sometimes comes with the idea of like, I'm so grateful because I had to struggle so hard to get there. But what if you could just appreciate where you're at right now? Appreciate that there's a reason that you're here. The more that you appreciate your current situation, the more good things are going to start to show up and come for you. So not gratitude for that thing out there or gratitude for the circumstance, but can I be appreciative of where I'm at? The more that you appreciate whatever it is, So like say you have a crappy, better diet. Yeah. So say you have a job that you maybe just don't like that much and you want to, there's somebody said they're a nurse and they want to start something else, right? You want to create that new thing where you get to be the coach or the healer and do that. And I know it's Michelle, and Michelle's actually in my quantum healing program that starts next week. It's our 6-month quantum healing program. And so I know that what she wants to do is she wants to get, but she's got to love and appreciate her nursing job right now. And I know that she's back in working with COVID patients and doing a lot of, really crazy things right now. But we even had a discussion and we were talking about like, look, the source universe has blessed you with putting you as a quantum healer into the energy of where you get to go in and her COVID patients are recovering faster than the others. Why? Because she's embodied quantum healing. It already started. We haven't started the program. She just took one of our 1 weekend courses and she's already embodying that healing power within her. And it's emanating out of her and helping her patients already. Right? So appreciating where you're already at will bring more good, will bring more of that to you. So we want to do that, right? Intention, appreciation, mind, body cleanse, sobriety, right? Getting rid of the crappy things that are getting in the way of you having what you want. That's really, really important. And then the other thing that I talk about is quantum healing in a couple different ways. Like I have 2 different things. We have our quantum healing training, which is coaching and healing and training where we're teaching you to embody quantum healing. And we have both our 6-month training coming up, which is deep dive into all that work. And then we also have a weekend training, 2-day that starts next week, which is a deep dive into that. But there's also quantum devices. Like I have a Healy, which is an amazing, how many of you have heard of the Healy? And it's a new medical grade quantum device that's super powerful and amazing. That really is powerful. So if you want to know anything about, like I said, the superfood nutritional cleanse, the Healy, getting clear on that, quantum healing, how to do that work. I'm going to put this in for the clarity call and we can have a discussion about it because I want you to create your intention today. We're going to come back tomorrow and we're going to do step number 2 and we're going to dive deeper into this. And then the other things that I think are really important that we need to focus on, which we'll talk more about later this week, are breath and meditation, right? So we're going to be focusing 28 days on these 5 things. You're going to be focusing on your intention, getting really clear about it and the feelings and emotions that go with that, your sobriety, your mind, body, all those different types of things, your appreciation, your breath, and meditation. Even if you only do 3 minutes a day of breath and meditation, it will change your life. Just ask Elena because, right, she's been with us for, she started one of my programs in May of 2019. And she was one of the most consistent students I've ever had. And just knowing that the changes that can happen, but just by consistency, her life completely changed. When she came to us and she's on here, when she came to us in May of 2019, she said she was broke. She was, she'd just been sober. She was seeking and working with a psychologist, doing work on herself. And within a year of working in and doing this work and everything, her doctor said that she could step back on her sessions because she was doing so well. She started her own business. She moved to New York. She's just incredible. But I'll tell you, it did not happen overnight. But she was super consistent. Well, the one thing that she was she showed up every day for herself. It doesn't matter. I don't care who you go to, where you go, who your teacher is, who your gurus are. The only thing that's going to work is when you show up every day for yourself. So if you can't make a commitment to every day for yourself for the next 28 days, then don't come back tomorrow. Because the key is, and I mean, 3 minutes. If everybody, can you give me 3 minutes for the next 28 days, 3 minutes a day to yourself? I'm not asking for more. I mean, I would love 15, I would love an hour, but if you can do 3 minutes, it will completely change your life. And the key is that this isn't hard work, right? This isn't about being hard work. This is about shifting and getting into alignment. And tomorrow I'm going to be teaching you about alignment. I'm going to teach you a process that we teach in our quantum healing course that teaches you how to literally align your heart, your pineal gland, your root chakra with the earth and with the God field. And when you get into that alignment, things literally flow into your life as if by magic. but it is not magic. It is the laws of the universe. It is all based on laws of quantum physics. That's why this is called quantum healing and quantum miracles, because it is literally based on those laws, and you will get yourself fully into alignment. So let me give you this. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open this up for questions. So first off is intention. So everybody, I want you to come back tomorrow with an intention. Like some of you have already put it in here, but I want you to come back with an intention that is in the present tense, that's full of appreciation, that's full of gratitude, that's full of feeling, and that is very clear, right? Clarity is key. If you are going to fly to Denver, you want to know that the plane knows how to get to Denver. If you're asking for something and the plane doesn't know how to get there, how's it going to get there? If you're not clear about your destination, you don't see people this is where people get it wrong. They think they have to know the how and not the destination. It's the opposite. You need to know the destination and not the how. Let the universe work its magic and give you the how, but be super clear about your destination. Where is it that you're going? What is that intention? Okay. So when you come back tomorrow, I want you to have a super clear intention. And for those of you that are interested, I put it in there, this link. You can schedule a 10-15 minute call with me. We can talk about quantum healing. We can talk about food, superfood nutrition. We can talk about what I have coming up, this my quantum healing program, if you're interested in that, or our 2-day retreat that we have coming on, or just some questions or whatever. I'm going to give you some of my time for 2021 and give you all a little bit of love. So does anybody have any questions for me today? Anything that you want to know? You can either just raise your hand or a little thumbs up or something like that. Or can you send info on the healing? Yes, Denise. Yeah, Denise, I can definitely. Can you give an example of a well-worded intention? Yeah, actually, there was a couple of them that they just did. So this one, Wendy did a really great one. I'm so happy and grateful that I'm serving my clients and have abundance in all aspects of my life. That is a really great one, really beautiful, right? Because it's saying I'm happy and grateful. I'm grateful. Let's see, where's another one? I'm experiencing the joy of being a healer and helping people on a deep, lasting level. Those are very, very beautiful intentions. And what I do, I have an even deep, I have a 7-step formula for creating an intention, like when I created my home or things like that. But what you want to do, and let me give you the 7, actually, while we're on here, I'll give you the 7 things. So it has to be in the present tense, positive language, emotionally powerful and authentic, in the spirit of appreciation / or gratitude, what you truly desire. It must be, it must eliminate judgment, and it must have infinite possibility and upgrade as you evolve. Now, I like to dive even deeper sometimes, depending on what it is, and even put in things very specifically, right? Like if I'm getting really clear. But the clarity around that is, and this is what I dive deeper in when we go into our quantum healing work and things, is like when you're creating this, I have this formula, and then you dive deeper into it and understanding that the feelings behind it are going to create things, the time frame and the clarity. Like when I created my house, I literally wrote the exact amount that I wanted, by when I wanted it, in the community that I wanted to be in. Even though I didn't know where that was, I knew the community that I wanted to be around it. I knew what I wanted it to have 2 bedrooms and a backyard and, things like that. I got really clear around things like that in that kind of creation. But that's diving deep into like a single category. For your intention for 2021, I want you to just keep it in a place of gratitude and feeling and appreciation, right? And it doesn't have to be super specific. Let's see what else we got going on here. Can you repeat those? Yes, I can. Dun, dun, dun. And you can go back and watch this again because it will be out live on YouTube for you. Let's see. I am so happy and grateful that I'm serving my clients and have abundance in all aspects of my life. And to be clear, I'm serving my clients and have abundance in all aspects of my life. The intention behind, right? What is the intention? You have to also know, what does abundance mean to you, right? And what is serving your clients? Because sometimes we can say something and you can get what you're asking for, right? I want to serve my clients and have abundance, but it may not show up. Like if you have a set mind of like, my abundance is coming from my clients, it might not. You know, I have had abundance from my clients and my students, but I've had more abundance from things not related to my coaching business or my academy and times than have been that. You have to be open to being okay with things coming to you from not always being in exactly the way that you thought. So don't tie certain things to other things and say that, well, this is the way that it has to come to me. I'm grateful for Aussie's Art Yard and Artistic Healing Center and the clients we serve. Oh, I like that. Okay. I'm experiencing the joy of being a healer and helping people on a deep, lasting level. I really love that one. I'm experiencing the joy of being a healer and helping people on a deep, lasting level. Now, that understanding, you know, what that means for you as a healer and helping people on a deep, lasting level. Beautiful. Dun, 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 dun. Can you repeat those? Yes. Okay. So again, we're going to come back tomorrow. I'm going to teach you guys a technique for alignment and how to really get in alignment in 2021. And all of this is, of course, is leading up for this 5-day quick start into you taking 28 days to really hone in. And if you want to completely align yourself into the quantum healing, into the field, and understand that, then please hit me up and send me a message or schedule in some time to talk to me so you can tell you about our 2-day quantum healing retreat that is coming up January 10th and 11th, and our quantum healing 6-month training and coaching training that is that starts on January 18th. Those are going to be some of the best ways for you to really get into alignment and stay in the energy that you want to create massive healing in your life. So that's all I have for today. And I can't wait to see you back again tomorrow. You're welcome to reply to the email and send me a message or share something with me, because I think that would be great. I'd love to hear more about what you are doing and what you're up to. Thank you. See you Tuesday. Awesome. Thank you all so very much. What time? Same time tomorrow. Same time every day. Same time every day. And again, if you want any information about the superfood or cleanse or the Healy or quantum healing, just schedule a chat with me. We'll have a conversation. Bye, everybody. Talk soon.